Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1979 Hermes 3000 third generation typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. The second generation had a metal shell and is more curvy. This one has the boxy shell and it's made out of hard plastic. I really love this design. It's got that retro look to it, almost like a VCR or a video console game during that era. And this has the Swiss multilingual keyboard, QWERTZ instead of TY, and the Y was down here, and it has the accent marks for a few languages, but I think it's specifically for Swiss. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. All right, this page has already been fed through. It's a little bit bent, but usually sometimes you can feed that all the way through without even lifting the paper bale on these because they're so smooth. This paper bale has a scale and two adjustable rollers, and it does not have the margin indicators. It must have taken that out at some point. By the way, this is the last year they made these, 1979. So to set the margins, it has lighting margins on each side. This is your left side. So if you wanted it right there and wherever you got it on the page, you just flip this switch and it'll send that margin to wherever you are on the page. And if you want it closer to the edge, you just hold it and then push it to where you want it and then let it go. And that's pretty close to the edge. I think I want it a little bit closer to the edge. Right there. Same concept with the right side. So say you wanted it right there. Then I just flip this and it sends it to that spot. If I want it on the edge, you hold the carriage release, which is this white button here, and the lightning margin at the same time, and push it all the way to the edge. And then let it go, and that's where it will be. So this accent mark doesn't advance the carriage. So when you hit it, it's meant to, you type the letter first and then hit the accent mark. So you hit the accent mark and then the letter. I'm not really that uh, familiar with the accent marks. I'm just used to regular typewriters. So, but I have had a few of these in my time. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. Hit the line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, just flip that switch forward. It skips 1.5, one more, it skips 2. That works good. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line to switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that all the way up to red, the red indicator there. If you flip it down one more, it's a yellow indicator. One more, it's a blue. So, and then one more, it's white. White doesn't print any ink. Blue prints the top portion of the ribbon. Yellow prints right down the middle, black and red. Red prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, and that's what we're going to type in now. Kind of weird typing with those two letters swapped out, but you can type English on this pretty easy. Print looks really good. This is the best typewriter of all time, in excellent condition, elite typeface, and you can see some of those accent marks. Very, I would say very rare to have something this whole typewriter. I'll pop that off and show you what's on it. But this whole typewriter is super clean. Like if you look in there, it looks almost brand new. There's nothing, no dust or rust in there or anything. It's just super clean, and everything functions like a brand new typewriter almost. So since we have this off, I'm going to show you the spools. This left spool is fully loaded with a brand new ribbon, so it's pulling to the right side clockwise. If you want to switch a direction, you flip it like this, and it'll switch. It will automatically flip on its own once it gets to the end of one side. And this is the hooks on this are in the front, so you just put in the back first, and then pop down the front. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the top right. Very smooth. I'm going to pull the page out by flipping this switch here to the front, and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to flip this down for now and put the color back to print black ink. Tab is on the top. I think I have them set at 10 space intervals. Very smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and clear all those by hitting this triple line button here. That's a tab clear, all clear. Now we shouldn't have any. So, but I always like to set a tab somewhere in the middle by hitting that plus sign. So that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear in your typewriters. This other button here with the arrows pointing in each direction, left and right, is the margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release button, it will allow you to go all the way to the end. By the way, this thing types so smooth. All of my the 3000s, I've fallen in love with just the cushioning feel of it, with the speed and power, just smoothness. It's the best of all time in my opinion. Okay, on the right side, I think that's it for the keyboard touch control from 1 to 4. The higher you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. The lower you go, the less tension. You don't have to hit the keys as hard, but they don't respond as fast as the high tension. So we already showed you the carriage release, which is this white button here, and the carriage lock is underneath. So when you flip that down, it releases the carriage and locks in the middle. So when you have it in the case, it doesn't damage the escapement, which is a mechanism that allows it to move one space at a time when you're typing. And here is your case. It's just a lid that pops on the top there. It comes with 2 manuals and a brush. I didn't look through those manuals yet, but I believe that's for 2 different languages maybe. So to unlock it, you flip it down and move it to the right, and that will unlock it. On the left side of the carriage is the carriage release, like I've already showed you. Very smooth. And if you pull out this knob here, it disables the spacing when you turn the knob so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. Same concept. If you flip the line space indicator all the way back, it disables the spacing. Then you flip it onto the 1, you get the clicks. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.